Hello! If you don't know who I am, my name is Stanley Tran and I am a Sub-19 Silver Solver in FTO. This video is an updated comprehensive guide on FTO notation. Most information is based on the FTO notation document by Soldier Black and the older FTO puzzle notation video by Ben Puzzles, which I will link in the description. I also highly recommend you have a decent understanding of basic 3x3 notation before watching this video. If you want to skip around the tutorial, I will section off this video with text on the bottom left. So without further ado, let's get into it. In FTO, there are two ways to orient the puzzle, CIF or EIF. CIF stands for corner in front, and EIF stands for edge in front. These orientations have similar notations, with the only changes being some faces changing angles upwards or downwards. Most FTO algorithm sheets will specify whether you are using CIF or EIF orientation. However, you should note some might assume a CIF orientation, since that was the standard for many mainstream FTO solving methods. Also, if you are scrambling the FTO, the scrambles are always done with CIF orientation, with white on top and green on front for most standard FTOs. For face turns, FTO follows most traditional Rubik's Cube notation. The FTO uses both the 6 standard letters used on 3x3 as listed above, as well as 2 extra notations for the 2 extra faces, which stand for back right and back left respectively. Just the letters by itself means to turn that face clockwise if you were facing it. So this is U, D, L, R, F, B, BR, and BL. In EIF orientation, this looks like U, D, L, R, F, B, BR, and BL. An apostrophe after the letter stands for prime, which means turn the face counterclockwise. So this is U prime, D prime, L prime, R prime, F prime, B prime, BR prime, and BL prime. Since FTO has threefold symmetry, you will not see any double moves in standard notation. However, some algorithms might have double moves for finger tricks, so double moves just moves the face twice in the given direction. So this is a U2. Note that a U2 and a U prime end up in the exact same state. For slice turns, there are 4 possible slice turns, denoted with a standard letter followed by a lowercase s, as shown above. The standard letter denotes which layer that slice is sandwiched between. So, this is the U slice, F slice, R slice, and L slice. These slices can have apostrophes and double moves, just like the standard face turns. Y turns can be denoted by putting a lowercase w after the standard letter. So, for example, this is RW and this is RW prime. Note that both RW and BL are the exact same move, and Y moves are purely for notational convenience and ergonomics. Be aware that some tutorials and algorithm sheets denote Y turns with the lowercase face move. So in RW and the lowercase r mean the exact same thing on an FTO. Puzzle rotations in FTO are a bit complicated because there are both CIF and EIF orientations, and as such, they each have their own notations. Standard X, Y, and Z rotations, as seen on 3x3, do not work on an FTO. I will first go over the older rotation system and then go over the newer rotation system, as you might encounter both. For CIF orientation, rotations are derived from the standard face turns by placing a lowercase o after the face turn. So, for example, this is UO and this is RO, and all applicable modifiers apply to these moves. However, because of how the FTO works, you also need one more rotation denoted as T. This rotation changes our axis around the front corner. So this is a T, and this is T prime. For the newer rotation system, rotations consist of two face turn symbols surrounded by curly brackets, similar to the one shown above. These face turns reference the faces before the rotation. So B refers to this back face and BR refers to this back right face. The first position indicates which face should come to the top in the U position, and the second position indicates which face should come to the front in the F position. So this rotation will look like this. This rotation system can be used for both CIF orientations, EIF orientations, and to swap between CIF and EIF. So, for example, UO is the same thing as UBR in curly brackets. For some more examples, this is FBL. This rotation keeps the puzzle in CIF orientation. And this is BBR. This rotation changes the puzzle from CIF to EIF orientation. This concludes my video on older notations that you need to know for FTO. There are some uncommon alternate notations that could be used instead of these, which you can learn about in the document linked in the description if you would like, but it is definitely not necessary. If I got anything wrong or you still have any questions, please ask them in the comments and I will answer them as soon as I can. If you also need additional clarification, I will link below the official FTO Discord server, in which I and a lot of experienced FTO solvers are in. Please like and subscribe if you found this tutorial helpful. Thank you for watching.